Hello, everybody. It's good. Oh, man. It's good to see you. I'm laughing because, these episodes are crazy. And just when you think it's going to... the intensity level is going to come down a little bit, it doesn't. It doesn't. Brasseye, this is the final episode of the season. Well, sort of. And then there's a special called Pie-to-Geddon. P-to-Geddon. I don't know. Whatever the correct term is, it's nuts. I remember trying to watch it with Queen Boomer like 2 years ago. But it was out of context, so without knowing what the show was about. But then again, I don't know, I'm not even sure I'm going to do it. If I do, I probably won't post on YouTube because wasn't it a banned episode? I don't want to have anybody come after me for reacting to that episode, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might just watch it on my own. Who knows? We'll see. But for now, this one is called Decline. This is episode 6 from Brasseye, and it should be a doozy. What is the decline about? Decline of society? Decline of morals? Decline of Muppetry? Who knows? Let's just get on with it, shall we? Here we go! I feel like I got an alfalfa in the back of my head.
Shaggy, spooky little cunt. I am proud to be stupid.
Tonight on Brasseye, are we in a state of irreversible decline? What's the reason? What can be done about it? And if there is a solution, who on earth is going to put it into action?
Or is everything just great?
No, it's not. Because it's about to get weird. I love that one.
Good evening. Now, this is the nerve centre of tonight's programme. To help paint a true picture of the state of Britain, we have live surveillance cameras out. One of them has a reporter stuck on the front. Austin Tasseltine. Austin, what are you doing?
I'm at a garage in the centre of Clapton in London, which is raided every 35 minutes, day and night. So we hope that during the next half hour or so, we may well see some action here this evening.
We certainly do. Now, just 5 minutes ago, we received these disturbing pictures from a camera in a playground. They show an apparently innocent-looking children's game, which is in fact an exchange of drugs. There they go. And if you think about...
Yo! Play it again!
Disturbing pictures from a camera in a
That looked like
playground.
something out of The
They show
Wire,
an apparently
dude.
Innocent-looking children's game, which is in fact an exchange of drugs. There they go. And if you think about it, those two children are extremely lucky not to have been killed to bits.
The State of Britain. 1996. What is the true state of Britain? Basking in rude health?
Or sick
that's
to the guts. It's the moral-mometer now reading less than 2 morals per head, due to massive value hemorrhage. Some would say Tish and Fipsy, but others wouldn't, due to repeat woundings from weapons like this and this.
He put it right in London, didn't he? Isn't that where London is?
Is where pop happens. And pop is always looking for trouble. The new single by Blouse is a song of love to Myra Hindley. And it's caused more stink than a bomb in one of those holes in the ground at a rock festival that everybody shits in.
That looks like Peter Serafinowicz.
When I saw your photo in the press, I thought, is she blonde under her dress? I thought, I hope they make her take off her dress for the next one. But they didn't even know it would be so much better if they had done her right sit down in a fag.
Myra Hindley is a very complex woman, and this song is about her hair.
I used to have your picture in the toilet. I wanted you to see my naked body and oil it, but my
I can't, dude. I can't with this show.
Think even you could have given me more. Murder.
I don't think there's a single reference in the song to a brain, which I think maybe add a slight problem.
Every time I see your picture, Myra, I have to phone my latest girlfriend and fire her. I find a prostitute that looks like you and Ira. Oh, your Myra.
I do think if somebody's gone and bought this record, just because of the fuss that's been made about it, I think they should throw it away. And then they should go and buy another copy because they like the song.
You better watch out, lady. I'm gonna have you, lady. Just because I wanna, just because I can get her and you can't. It's a pogo on that, you twat.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Traditionally, we turn to the Bible for help, but now even that's been devalued by those who used to espouse it.
Terry Waite, once special envoy to the Archbishop of Canterbury, has been paid £2 million to write a fifth gospel to replace the existing 4.
Jesus didn't know he was Jesus until he'd been chained to the radiator for some time.
Oh my God.
Are we now utterly without guidance? How else do you explain the popularity of events like this?
Next week, Peter Sutcliffe takes to the West End stage to star in a musical of his own life.
On day release from Broadmoor Prison, Sutcliffe has been rehearsing intensively for 3 months. The role includes singing police chases,
You'll never get me in the slammer.
but finishes with Sutcliffe atoning for his crimes.
And I really am so very truly sorry.
Co-star Marigold Blenny says he's a kind man with a sense of humour.
Oh, you see how dark it is here? I mean, he's always jumping out at you. Whoa, like this.
So what's the audience going to make of it?
I think they'll go away thinking, maybe he's really a misunderstood man. Maybe that, 20 years ago he was taking the piss.
But not everyone sees the positive side.
Peter Sutcliffe is allowed out under police escort from Broadmoor to perform a work about his own life.
Hold on, I gotta look up who Peter Sutcliffe is. Let's see. Peter Sutcliffe, serial killer. Okay. Also known as Peter Coonan, was an English serial killer who was convicted of murdering 13 women and attempting to murder 7 others between 1975 and 1980. So he was dubbed the Yorkshire Ripper. Oh my goodness. So he's kind of like your Ted Bundy. Only it sounds like worse. 2 of his murders took place in Manchester. All the others took place in West Yorkshire. Criminal psychologist David Holmes characterized Sutcliffe as being an extremely callous, sexually sadistic serial killer. Well, that's a disturbing read. Anyway, sorry. Let's continue here.
In musical form. The catch is, you see, he appears on stage and he says, I'm sorry.
I don't get what he's saying. Don't he say he's forfeited his rights to society by doing so much damage to society?
His agent says it's a...
His agent? What a game he's got here.
Yeah, I know.
What an agent?
Well,
who is in jail for life.
The producer of the show. The producer of the show.
Well, there shouldn't be a show.
Should we revive our ailing culture, or should we just put it out of its misery? Or should we bring it back to life and then shoot it for letting us down so badly? You haven't got a clue, have you?
Dude.
But you will do if you watch for 30 minutes. Now, if you want to take part in the programme and let us know what you think of Britain's state of decline, then please do make use of our phones. Just like to check at that garage where there could be an incident at any moment. Austin Tasseltine is there. Austin, anything... Austin, oi! Anything happened? No, nothing. Well, I mean, earlier on...
He yells at him to come back, dude.
Our phones. Just like to check at that garage where there could be an incident at any moment. Austin Tasseltine is there. Austin, anything... Austin, oi! Anything happened?
Oi!
No, nothing. Well, I mean, earlier on there was a small incident with a pen, but no, nothing serious, no.
Can you tell me exactly what you mean by a small incident with a pen?
Well, we don't know for sure.
So why mention it?
Just, it was a small incident, that's all, with a pen.
Thanks, Austin. Well, now to shocking events that have actually happened, as we lift the whistle on drugs in the workplace and show how employees at Shaftesbury's Jams in Colchester are using illegal high drugs on a daily basis.
Shaftesbury's Jam has run at a profit since 1977. Staff are encouraged to use cannabis, cocaine, crack and heroin whenever they feel the need.
Again.
It's the weekly production meeting. The new product, Loganberry Jam, is behind schedule.
Yeah, there's
lighting up in front of everybody.
Problem, really.
Oh no!
I needed a clear indication from marketing about 5 weeks ago of the shape of jar that we were going for.
Dude!
If I'd had it then, we'd only be about a week behind now. But
I've got a couple of points I'd like to make here. I mean, Graham's lead times are way too long.
They're not my lead times. These are the times given to me by the company.
The company has used drugs to improve its performance for the past 17 years.
Far too long. That's what's holding us up.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
An hour later, the
Surprised
drugs
this
are
isn't
speeding
part of the
efficiency and
drugs
decision-making.
episode.
The odd shirt is changed as old veins are damaged, and a small vomiting has taken place.
There's no conceivable way we can make a profit. It's pretty fucking simple.
The only problem seems to be Matthew, a new recruit from Spiller's Dog Foods, who's inexperienced at crack.
Prestige jam, and that's what we've done.
He's beginning to suffer.
Having 75% fruit content.
We do still have a prestigious product, Mandy, but I must agree with Matthew on this point. Because of financial restraints, our hands are tied.
What if the lids were berry-shaped?
Okay.
We could have berry-shaped lids.
No, we'll start at 70%, and then over a 2-year period, we'll decrease to a 55%.
18 months.
He is on fucking Pluto right now,
Well,
dude.
because of our restraints, I'm afraid.
Run it.
Going with what I decided. And I've decided that we'll start at 70%, and then over a 2-year period, we'll reduce to 55%.
Why does he sound like a sleepy Jeremy Clarkson?
No, I think 2 years has got to be the period, Matthew. I think 18 months is too short a time. Next business.
Dude, that stare! What the
Apricots.
fuck?
More jar trouble, Graham.
Yeah. They're breaking. It's just it's a temperature control. Jam's coming out about a couple of degrees hotter than normal. Just really got to work on the thermostat of the valves. We should be all right.
It's nothing to do with the German machinery.
No, the machinery's fine. With the machinery itself.
In time, Matthew will learn his level. With company profits still rising, it is unlikely that anyone here will want to change the chemistry.
Married, and what does he expect? We're back live now, going to that garage which we're expecting to be raided at any second. Austin Tasseltine is there. Austin, anything happened?
Nothing.
No violence or stabbings?
None at all, Chris, no.
What about those men behind you? What are they doing?
I think they're just buying some petrol.
Are you sure?
Are you buying some petrol? Yeah. Yes.
Thanks, Austin. Well, if that apparently innocent-looking purchase did turn into a shooting, then this is what it would look like.
Dude, I remember animations like this. They had animations like this on the news, like in the 90s and 2000s, man. It was, and I would always laugh at it. I'd be like, what are you what are you doing? Oh!
Now, according to experts, that's exactly what would happen.
We certainly hope so, yes.
Belt up.
Zeitgeist.
I'm sitting opposite a man, he knows nothing, he talks all the time. The result is he's a trenchant buffoon, he has no idea how to present television shows. He looks ridiculous in that fashion wear, he swans around all the time hoping that people will recognise him, when in fact nobody's even remotely interested. He's taking up enough time on this show already and he hasn't even opened his mouth. God knows why he's here. I've nothing to ask the guy. And for all I know, he may well be a bit of a Coco Shunter too. Darkus Howe.
What's a Coco Shunter?
Coco Shunter, that's just what I've got. Oh, sorry, that's the introduction to Robert Elms. Sorry, do you know Robert Elms? I've just read out the introduction to Robert Elms.
That one totally went past me. I don't know what either of those were. Somebody help me out.
She just caught fire. It wasn't my fault.
Back to our live cameras now. Austin Tasseltine is at that garage. We're expecting to be raided at any moment now. Austin, any incidents yet?
There's still nothing going on here, Chris, apart from
Wait,
young
what's going
Seagull
on?
that seems to have broken into the booth and is making the man there rather unhappy.
Fucking bird.
The famous monstrous seagulls.
In a few minutes, has even our sense of fair play been eroded? News expose the growing fashion for torturing golf caddies.
There's what they call a tea sandwich. And you hear that question, do you want tea? And that means just 20, 25 golf teas. Mixture of wood and plastic.
Oh my
and
God.
2 big hunks of bread. And you're forced to eat that.
What is this? Interruption?
The broadcaster and entertainer Clive Anderson has been shot dead by television host Noel Edmonds at his house in Cornwall this evening. Police attended the incident but were prevented from entering the grounds by machine gun fire. From Cornwall, Vivian Banch reports.
The incident took place at around 7:30 during dinner when Mr. Edmonds produced an automatic weapon and began shooting indiscriminately at his guests.
One servant witnessed the bloodbath but managed to escape intact.
I came round the grounds, round the back way, and then got through the fence over here.
Any idea why Edmonds has done this?
No idea. He's never done it before.
An hour later, Edmonds appeared at a top window with blood on his face and threw what may have been a head onto the ground below.
Oh my God.
It is not known what happened to the other guests, but Edmonds has now taken up position on his roof with an armoury of precision weapons. Less than half an hour ago, he was seen firing a rocket launcher at a wedding party over a mile away. The estate is now surrounded, but police fear he may take to the air in a helicopter gunship and start spreading his massacre over hundreds of miles.
The world of show business has tonight reacted with sadness and horror.
Well, I just heard a rumour about it.
It's Boise. The fucking guy from Only Fools and Horses, man. I love him.
Anderson was shot.
Clive Anderson was shot.
Has tonight reacted with sadness and horror.
Well, I just heard a rumour about it. I don't know what's happened at all.
Apparently Clive Anderson was shot.
Clive Anderson was shot by who? Not
By Noel Edmonds, yeah.
What? No.
I'd say there's no excuse. None whatsoever.
And if Edmonds is still inside the house?
Well, just shoot him. I mean, people like me, we're supposed to be rascals. But it's your Edmonds, your Thomas Hamiltons, your Hungerford Guy, all so-called nice people.
They ought to shoot him off the roof as quickly as possible.
Yes.
And there'll be an update at 11:30 after our next scheduled programme.
End of part 1. A little long part 1.
Coming up, can our decline be blamed on God?
This is the house of God. So where's the landlord? It's infested with rot. I doubt if he's paid a visit in 20 years. These people, look at them. They're nothing more than tenants in a dead man's shack. That idiot pukes it out and they hoover it up like sick puppies. Just a second, Father. When did you last check your facts? My point entirely. We've had this book analysed. It reads like the ramblings of a drugged horse. The question tonight, is God confused like his prating truth pimps, or is he dead?
He runs away! Fuck off!
The Catholic Church is in turmoil after an apparition claiming to be Christ drunkenly cursed pilgrims at a holy site in Yugoslavia.
He called us fucking idiots and said drink St. Peter's piss.
Cardinal Hume was badly shaken by the vision and today issued what could be a resignation statement, saying, "It was bad enough to see him curse like a footballer, but I lost my faith completely when he farted on my balls."
Yo, you can't do that to me, man. You can't do that to me. You could not do that to me. Holy fuck, man. Oh my god.
Welcome back. I was about to read out some of this drivel that you've been phoning in all evening, but luckily we've been saved from that because there has been an incident at that garage. Nothing more than the seagull attack when we were last there, but it's got a bit more dramatic. Austin Tassel time. What's happened?
Things have become completely exciting here because the ferocity of the seagull became very unpleasant towards the man, and the man panicked and started shooting at it with some flaming lighter fuel. That's when I thought, no, because that garage, and the bird caught fire and smashed through the window into the forecourt next to a man who was filling up his car with petrol. And at this point, I find myself flying through a hedge with precaution. The garage man produced an air pistol and started shooting at the bird, but instead he hit the man in the knee. And the man, I think, must have wheeled around and sprayed absolutely everything with petrol, because when the bird blew up, the whole place went sky high. And I've certainly never seen any... I mean, I'm not sure if this is a true disaster or just a cross between a very unpleasant event and a rather stupid one.
Thank you.
This is the Frankie Fraser madometer, right? So it's a low miff down here, and mad as a lorry up that end, and all the stages in between. Some examples, right? Somebody gives you a bit of verbal GBH of the ear roll. Is that low?
That's low, yeah.
That's low, okay, so that might go there. Some Herbert's touching up your bird.
Wouldn't like that, no.
Okay, fondle by a nonce.
Oh, he'd suffer for that.
Right, okay, so that might be up here. Being grassed up to the filth.
That would have to go up here.
Right up here. Okay, now I'm interested.
Wait, stop! It goes up further than being fondled by a nonce? Oh, boy.
Now, reading about a pervert who interferes with the kids.
Well, if you had another one further along here...
So that can go actually off the scale?
Yeah.
All right, and I just want to...
Anything go with him.
Anything at all?
Anything.
Right. Here you are being grassed up to the filth. How would you feel if you there had accidentally grassed yourself?
Well, that's my own fault in the bed, wasn't it?
So that would make you less mad?
Well, if I've accidentally grassed yourself, you'd have yourself to blame. But how on earth could you grass yourself?
I don't know, you might have got drunk or something, you might have given yourself away.
No way, no, you don't do that. That can't happen, no. We're too experienced now.
Was there ever a time when you weren't
No,
experienced?
never. No.
Do you think you were born experienced enough not to grass yourself?
I think so, yeah.
Of course you would say that. He's a gangster.
Whatever our state of decline, there's no denying the power of miracles to focus hope. Moss Staples has been to Ireland, where he done this.
He's smiling at
Ballycreen, rural, pastoral and peaceful. The last notable event here was in 1792, when the nationalist Patrick Duggan single-handedly besieged the British Army until it starved to death. But for that, Ballycreen wouldn't bother a single map.
Or a guidebook. There's only one entry. It's less than an inch long. But all that's changed now because of that one.
Patricia O'Dennell, the local girl who says she saw the statue of Mary driving a car through a field.
No! No! Oh! Oh. Oh. Fuck off, dude.
What's the statue do?
It kisses me and tells me everything will be alright with Daddy.
2 days later, Spike Denabany claimed the statue had driven into his garage and asked for petrol.
I thought I heard her say very quietly, fill her up. So I did. She pulled a face. Went like this.
Villagers at the grotto started incorporating the face into their prayers. Many say they hear the sound of roaring engines or see puffs of smoke from the grotto exhaust pipe. The driving statue has also brought pennies from heaven. If you look for a doubt here, you won't find one here.
The proof for me is that they found a white plaster powder and they're after sending it off for testing, and the results came back and there's virgin DNA in the plaster.
No one takes it more seriously than Patricia's mother.
I gently suggested she might like to pray in the middle of the road, and that if she were to be killed by a car, then the chances of her going to heaven would be higher.
When you're kneeling in the road, do you think, I want a car to come and hit me?
Oh my God!
Yes.
Kneeling girls, statues, driving cars. What's going on?
10 years
Right,
ago,
what is going
a man
on?
was arrested in the area for driving statues around in a car. Was it him?
Right, not you then.
He told us not. Could the priest explain it?
Well, I think it's unlikely it was a miracle, but
Yo, stop!
Driving statues around in a car. Was it him?
Right, not you then.
He told us not. Could the priest...
Not actual size. Oh.
Just explain it.
Well, I think it's unlikely it was a miracle, but the fact that the car has been driven on the right-hand side might indicate that she came from the Holy Land.
No.
The most likely explanation is that people are just seeing some blue light bouncing off a strut. But try telling that to these bog-brain Murphys. You'd have more chance of getting a blowjob from the Pope.
Dude, the animations are going off in this episode.
Well, just a moment to recap on the state of Britain. Your phone calls
Transition animations, there we go.
tonight have been described variously as rabid, pig-ignorant, and stultifyingly ill-informed. Thanks for those. Just want to go back to that exploded garage, because it could, of course, still be the scene of a late-night incident.
Still go back to
Will
this
you stay there
garage.
for us all night?
Yes, I will, yes.
Good man. And we leave you tonight with a question. As we approach the third millennium, have we really come to this?
Oh, yeah. I'm afraid the answer is yes. Good night.
Dude. Wild. Absolutely wild. Just gotta make sure that this is over. Because usually we get more. Short clip from the musical. Well, I guess we are not getting any extra stuff from them. Wow, dude. Dude, these episodes have been. This is the craziest show I've ever watched, at least from the British end. It's the craziest show that I've done reactions to. That's for sure. I mean, holy hell! Chris Morris is an absolute genius. He really is. And he played. I love the fact that he plays so many different characters in this, in every episode. And just even like throwaway shots of things like, remember in the beginning of this episode where he's just standing there in a suit, but it looks like he's on the front porch with like there's like a wooded area behind him, and he's with what appears to be like, it's like fake family, but like wife and daughter in the front, and the wife's holding a small baby, and he talks for like 5 seconds and then they laugh. Just something like that. Like, they actually had to go somewhere to film that and dress everybody up. And it's only 5 seconds. And there's tons of that stuff like that in every single episode. So it's just... And the church thing. Like, that... When he ran into the church, it only took about, like... Well, he didn't run in. He ran out. But when he was going in, it was like, what? Like a 20-second sequence? Maybe 30? And you had, like... over 50 people in that church or something like that. Maybe not 50, but like 25 at least in church. So just to get that done for like 30 seconds of footage, it's incredible. So I love this. I loved this series. It's been a blast. And it looks like I'll be getting back to some Alan Partridge after this one, because I promised I would do that. Because this was it. I said I was going to take a break from Alan Partridge, but I'm going to get back into it after this one. So that's what's going on next. Of course, I'm debating whether to do the Pie-to-Geddon or P-to-Geddon episode, however you want to call it. So there is that too. Anyway, we'll see. But this has been an amazing show, and extremely daring and controversial. I love it. I love it. I bet this show made people's heads explode when it first came out. You know, this is yet another one of those shows where, like, if you did it today, it probably wouldn't fly, because people are get so worked up. People get so worked up so easily, and people are much more sensitive than they used to be, it seems, 30 years ago. Although I could be wrong, but it's the way it seems to me. You know? It's not like it... And by the way, I'm not calling people out for being sensitive. I could be sensitive sometimes. But I just imagine, like, this... I feel like the 90s is, like, the only time this could have came out. Because, like, you know, it's the same time, like, South Park came out. I love South Park. And the 90s just had some crazy shows that really, you know, that became the measuring stick of offensive humor, you know? So, but this one is way up there. I mean, even though there's quite a few references in these shows, in Brasseye, where I'm like, I don't know what they're referring to, but even so, like, I'm like, holy shit, this show is nuts. And I freaking loved it, man. It was such a ride. It really was. So, bravo, Chris Morris. I hope Chris Morris is, like, what's that guy up to? What's he doing now? Is he making any more shows? Because, oh my God, can you imagine the kind of show he would make now? I don't know. I guess that's a question for the philosophers. But anyway, this has been great. I hope you guys enjoyed these reactions, and we'll see if I do the P-to-Geddon episode or not. But I'm like 50-50 on it right now. Anyway, much love. Thank you for joining me with these reactions. It's been a blast, and it's going to be, at least on the Patreon, it's going to be Alan Partridge reactions returning, because I'm dying to see what he does in this time with Alan Partridge. Anyway, much love. I'll see you guys soon, and take care of yourselves. Peace out.